ValleyFlyin. Yeah, that's what happens when you lose, but I actually kind of like that. So thank you, mobile gamer /OMG/ the Game Father. If you don't know what the heck that was about, you got to check out my last video. It's actually the most fun I've had in the game in a little bit. So good stuff there, and hopefully more of that to come. All right, this video though, we're talking about Carnage. We're talking about his history for people like me that don't really know where the character is coming from. I know he's a cool character, people like him, and I kind of like him too, but didn't really know his origin. We're talking about that in this video, and we're talking about his kit and how it relates to the comic book. So good, another fun video with my buddy OddBall Comics. Now, there are some images of Carnage from the comics in this video, and if you kind of have a weak stomach, you might want to just do the audio for this video. So, warning, there's some comic images, but I think they're all PG-13-ish. There's nothing crazy in there. All right, this video was actually shot on Thursday night, and at the time of this recording, Captain Marvel and Minerva were just rumors. Well, as we know, they have been confirmed as coming to the game, so they're out. They're out there in the interwebs, and we've seen their kit. They look pretty strong. Not going to talk about them too much in this video, except at the end where I'm talking about how they're coming up and they're rumored. But I will talk about that in future videos. I also talked about that a little bit on the OMG channel, Mobile Gamers channel, on his last video that he did as well. So if you want to hear my initial thoughts on that, you can check that out. And I will be doing another video, like I said. But enjoy this one, guys. This is a fun one. Hey, what's up all you Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. And in this video, we are talking about Carnage, and I say we because I brought back the in-house comic book expert, OddBall Comics. What's up, brother? How are you doing?
Doing great, man. I'm so happy to be back on the channel. I'm really excited to get this character.
I am excited to hear about him. We did a video before about War Machine, Mantis, their origins in comic. It was pretty well received by the people that did actually view it. Didn't get a lot of views, but people that watched it did enjoy it. A lot of likes, not a lot of dislikes, and I think it turned out good. It was very informative to me because I don't know a lot about comics. I enjoy comics, characters, I enjoy the movies. It's not my area of expertise, which is why you're here, because you are the comic book expert and you're a Marvel Strike Force player. And you live stream, and very, very happy to have you back. Now, Carnage is the new character that we got this week. He's been kind of in the game for a while, but he just came out as a playable character this week through purchase. Next week, we're gonna get a blitz for him, and I like him. I like him so far. What are your initial impressions of the character as you've seen and heard?
So, I like the speed ups we're gonna get. I do like the bleeds. I like the damage they're gonna be putting out, the chains. It's gonna be really fun. I'm really excited to see the crazy teams we're gonna see here in the next few weeks as people unlock him.
Yeah, I think the word that you said there, fun, is the operative word for Carnage, because I do have a lot of fun playing with him. But we're not here to talk too much about gameplay and strategy. We're here to talk about the history of Carnage. Before we get into that, I do want to remind you guys at home that we are playing, I normally play on BlueStacks, and there is a Patreon link. So check those out in the description. Now, let's get into it. Let's talk about how this character came about.
So, the character first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 360 as a cameo that March of, I want to say it was 1992.
Okay.
And has had his very first full appearance in the very next issue that April in number 361.
Okay.
Carnage was created by the writer David Michelinie and the artist Mark Bagley.
Okay.
So the writer, he created Carnage because he wanted a more darker version of Venom.
Okay.
Intending to have Venom's human alter ego, Eddie Brock, be killed off in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 400, and to have the symbiote continue to bond with other hosts over time. However, as Eddie Brock and Venom's popularity increased, Marvel would not allow him to die or to be killed off so easily. So, Michelini decided to create a new character, a total psychopath, who, unlike Venom, had no sense of morality. So the character originally meant to be named Chaos and then Ravage, but eventually they came with the name Carnage.
I like that name. I think they did good.
Yeah, I'm happy they ended with that. But a fun fact, Carnage was actually inspired by DC's comic supervillain, the Joker.
Which is why I'm wearing a DC shirt tonight, guys. All right. Keep going. I like this. All
right. So with the origin though, when Eddie Brock's symbiote Venom came in to break him out of prison, we had him actually reproduce and have a offspring. But this offspring had no emotional attachments to the Venom symbiote.
Okay.
But instead, it found Cleave Cassie, the host of Carnage. And so when it merged with Cleave Cassie, actually got into his blood, and that's how we get the red appearance with Carnage.
So you could kind of say that Carnage is Venom's son.
Yes, you can actually.
Awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, with the Joker inspiration, we see that Cleave Cassie is already a known serial killer by the time he gets to Carnage. So it's not like Carnage made him crazy. If anything, Cleave Cassie made the symbiote crazy.
Now, is that different than Venom and Eddie Brock? Was Eddie Brock like a crazy person as well before he became Venom?
I wouldn't say crazy. He was kind of the same, but like it maybe enhanced his emotions a little bit more. Okay. He was just kind of a brute, I'd say.
And then on the flip side, Cleus is more of a just straight evil. Is that what they were trying to point with the character?
I would say pure evil from the acts he's done throughout the comics.
What else has Carnage done? What else is he known for?
So, like, even before he was Carnage, he did a lot of things. He's killed his grandmother.
Jeez. Nice guy.
He killed the family dog with a drill.
His own dog.
His own dog.
Oh my goodness. All right.
He tried killing his mom at one point, and by throwing a toaster, I believe, in the bathtub. I think she was taking a bath when it happened. And then...
Goodness.
Yeah, and she's beaten him half to death before. And then...
Is that what made him psycho? Did she make him the psycho?
He was actually born psycho.
Okay.
From the start.
All right.
He was, when he was born, the umbilical cord wrapped around his throat, and he saw death. And when he came back alive, that's what made him snap.
I see. So from birth, he's been really, really bad.
He's been messed up since day one. But he's done a bunch. He's done various fights with other superheroes, like Deadpool. And it was very bloody. That's actually a really bloody one.
Yeah.
And then, like, he's fought The Thing, Captain America, obviously Spider-Man. There's a bunch of people he goes up against. You know, he's turned a psychiatrist into a cannibal. There's just so much.
Any other significant things that he's done? Jeez.
So he's
as if that wasn't enough, right?
He's basically decimated a small town. Like, he used them as like props and just killed a lot of them off. He's like diners full of people, and I'm pretty sure if you can find the picture, I believe that Sam Alexander, the Nova, the smaller Nova, I like to call him, his mom. That's his mom in the background. I don't want to get too much into that because this can confuse people, but I'm pretty sure that's like a small cameo.
Jeez.
Yeah.
His killing is a lot of killing. It seems a little worse than some of these other villains because he does it one by one.
Oh, yeah.
He does it by hand. He's not using bombs or anything. He's doing it one by one, which seems a little worse than...
I think that's why he's a fan favorite.
More disassociated with it.
Yeah, I think that's why he's a fan favorite, to be honest. You don't really think of any characters like this in Marvel that does this. Like, this brutal, at least.
No, he's crazy. Bad. He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's a bad hombre, my friend. So this is just a bad guy, no redeeming qualities at all.
None.
Nice. It's good to have some black and white in there. Just bad. All right, so how did he become so popular? Because he's a very popular character.
I think he was really besides Venom, he's really the other big symbiote, and still is. And so we get a lot of like matchups with them. We get a lot of who we're gonna have an evil symbiote character, an evil Spider-Man character. You know, Carnage is always in the back of their heads because he's so brutal when it comes to the comics. I want to say.
Have they ever fought Venom and Carnage? Like,
yes.
Venom's like, you're too evil. I'm a little evil. You're too evil. Have they ever fought before?
Yeah, so one of the first fights, he fought Venom, and then Venom immediately realized he couldn't beat him alone, so Venom, while he's still evil, teamed up with Spider-Man to defeat Carnage.
That's how bad Carnage was. Interesting.
Yeah, he was real tough back in the day.
Which is interesting, because Carnage is, I mean, Venom is normally like a bigger character. Carnage is normally portrayed as a smaller character. Even in the game, they're like that.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that Venom's stronger, right? But I guess...
It's, I think, the bloodlust,
like,
just from the character.
Yeah, maybe the evil just makes it more interesting. Now, do you have any favorite stories of Carnage? Because I know we were talking a little bit before we started recording. There's a bunch of different stories. Some are canon, some are not canon. Do you have any favorite stories that you like to... Or that you enjoyed a lot about Carnage?
Yeah, there's one I'm reading right now. It's fairly new. They're still continuing the series, so if you guys want to hop on, I won't really give any too much details.
Okay.
But, so if you're not really familiar with comics...
Give some, though. Give some.
Yeah.
Tease it a little bit.
The creator of all the symbiotes, his name's Null. He's basically a symbiote god.
Okay.
A dark creator. He is more in the comics right now. He is going after all the symbiotes at the moment. And so this cult brought Cleave Cassidy back alive, found a symbiote for him, then merged some of the symbiote god's DNA with Cletus. So he got a huge power up.
Ooh.
And now he's going after to kill anyone who's ever bonded with a symbiote in Marvel Comics.
Any other significant stories that you want to mention before we move on to his kit and how he's represented in Marvel Strike Force and how that compares in your opinion?
I've got a few more, but I don't want to confuse the viewers who aren't familiar too much. Okay. So I think I'll give them that one. And if they like it, they can keep looking up.
Okay, and you're gonna be doing that story on your channel eventually, right?
Yeah.
I know last time we said you're gonna be doing Carnage, but real life got in the way. But that is on your plans to eventually do the Carnage on your channel.
Yeah, I got a big storyline just for Carnage, so I'm really excited.
I'm looking forward to that. I know the last time we talked about it, I wanted to see that. So hopefully you get a little more free time and can start doing these videos. Let's move on to the kit of Carnage, and we'll go over the skills, and you could say maybe a thumbs up or thumbs down if that really represents the character. So first one looking at here is Cleave. Now what it does is attacks a primary target for, at max level, 280% damage. If the primary target has a negative effect, chain 1 to 2 adjacent targets damage, spread 2 negative effects from the primary target to the secondary targets. This is probably my favorite skill of his kit, because this requires you to really place this attack on the right guy. What are your feelings on this basic skill for him and the representation of the comic book version of Carnage?
I think for a basic, this is an amazing skill. You know, I feel like they've given us so much more of these characters lately as they've been getting released. And if you look at all these names, these really represent the bloodlust or how much of a psychopath like the character is.
Just wanting to kill is what I'm getting.
Yeah, it's just very murderous vibe.
Let's move on to Slaughter. You mentioned that it's going to attack the primary target for 420% damage, plus, this is crazy, 100% additional damage per negative effect. This could be some really, really crazy numbers once this character is maxed out, especially if you get red stars on him. And then it's going to remove the negative effects from the primary target, and then it's going to attack all adjacent targets for 250% damage. This is one of the most crazy special skills in the game. What are your thoughts on it as far as how it represents the comic book version? There's a lot of damage going on here.
It's going to be nuts. Like, I'm going to say, I already have certain characters in mind you just throw in there. And it's going to make some crazy damage with those, either flipping the abilities, or adding them on, or extending. It's going to be nuts. I'm really excited.
I'm excited too. I mean, you mentioned that he's a killer in the game. He's getting a lot of damage. Is this big damage something that you would expect from that comic book version of this character?
Oh yeah, I'd say it's like a mass murder right here.
I think it is. Let's move on to his ultimate. Absolute Carnage. Attack primary target for 500% piercing. That's all piercing damage, man. So the armor doesn't matter. Apply 2 bleeds for 2 turns. If the primary target is above 50% health, apply an additional bleed for 2 turns. So not only is he damaging now, he's damaging the next turn. This could be a one move kill. You know, when you take into account those bleeds, especially at the max level, 500%.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this one?
Just it's in the name. It's absolute carnage.
I agree. It's pretty simple. But yeah, a lot of damage. Now, the last one, Frenzied Fury. You mentioned his bloodlust. Now he just wants to kill things. Frenzied Fury. That's a good name, I think. And what it does, when an enemy drops below 25% health, it fills his speed bar by 30%. It heals him. What do you think of this skill? Is this how much have you seen this in the comic? Healing, just making him more crazy. I think frenzied is a very good word to describe this passive.
I mean, with a lot of symbiotes, you do see a healing factor for each one. Okay. So I can see where this is going with this.
Nice. Yeah, Venom has that healing factor as well.
Yeah, exactly. And it's gonna. I think I like what they're doing here. I really do, because these are super labeled. The comics, they're super good for in-game. It's like the perfect balance right now.
Well, I'm crossing my fingers that he will be in that war store, like was mentioned, because I unlocked him. I did that video. I begrudgingly unlocked him, but I want to get him to 7 stars. I want to build him up. I want to max him out and try him in a bunch of different teams. I think it will work well there. Damage numbers pretty good. Health pretty good. Armor, very low. But I think that would be representative of the character as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he just seems like he's all offense, from what you're describing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on again. Tell everybody again once again about your channel, your Twitch, and what you do.
So, I do a lot of comic book characters explain. I do a lot of stories. We're doing a big Infinity War event through my channel right now.
Nice.
We'll be doing that for maybe about, I think we have about a month left. I post every Saturday and every other Wednesday. You know, we're getting a bunch of characters in there, especially as we get these Marvel Strike Force characters released. I'm trying to get them out as well. We just did a Captain Marvel video. I received a lot of good things about it. It's a lot of history. You're going to learn a lot about them if you do check it out. Other than that, I try to stream every day, Monday through Friday, around 8 o'clock EST, right before Valley.
Nice. I like that you're not overlapping.
Not overlapping. We got a system here.
Cool. All right, and so until next time, it looks like I'm gonna have you back. Hopefully this video does well. If you guys do like this video, make sure you share with your friends. And the rumors are Captain Marvel and Minerva are the 2 characters that were teased. There's some screenshots floating around the internet that suggest that they may be the characters as well, but nothing is official. Everything is all subject to change until it is officially announced. And even then, it's still subject to change until it's officially in the game. So we will have to see. Thank you guys for joining us. Let me know what you think of this comic book character. Let me know what you think of Carnage's history. And I want to thank you again, Oddball, for joining us tonight on this video. And yeah, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, smash on the like button, join the notification squad. Once again, down below in the description, there's links to the BlueStack. You could install that on your computer, Patreon channel, and I will see you guys next time. Oddball, before you go, I have one question.
What's that?
What you gonna do, brother, when ValleyFlyin and all the Valley Maniacs come down on you, dude? ValleyFlyin, out!